Grab a ball for massaging your feet. It could be a lacrosse ball, massage ball, tennis ball, golf ball, any ball will work. Ideally, we want to do it bare feet. Place the ball on the floor, bring your heel on top of the ball, and apply all your body weight there. You could bring the ball of the foot on the floor. Ideally, we want to do it on the harder surface, so try not to do it on the mat. And then apply just a little bit of pressure and then release. Bring that heel slightly off the ball, so the ball goes where the lower arch meets your heel. And try to allow your body to just relax over that ball. Do like a pressure point, and then go somewhere in the middle of the foot and feel like you're just molding your whole foot over the ball. Apply a little bit of pressure, as much as it feels good. It should just feel nice and relaxing. Then the ball goes to the top of your arch. It's not on your knuckles of your toes yet. It's not on that ball of the foot. It's just the top of the arch. Apply a little bit of weight over there and release. And now bring it to just the ball of the foot, just those knuckles of your toes. You could wrap your toes around that ball and then release. And now just roll your whole foot, front and the back. Go it slightly on the inside, slightly on the outside. Go from the ball of the foot to your heel and then shimmy your foot sideways. Right, left. Wherever it feels like it wants to be a little bit more stretched and relaxed, you can apply a little bit more pressure over there. And then come back to the place that it felt the least comfortable. And then do one more small pressure over there. And then release. And now stand on both feet and compare those both feet. The foot that we just worked, mine feels wider, more open. It has a little bit different color. There's a little bit more circulation in that foot going on. And it feels flatter as well. It feels more relaxed. Let's do the same thing on the other foot. Bring your heel on the very top and apply a pressure. We don't have to stay long there, just for a couple seconds. And then the heel goes off the ball, and the ball goes just on that lower arch, where the lower arch meets your heel. Almost imagine that you would want that heel to just drop to the outside of that ball. And then bring the middle arch on the ball and feel like you could just mold your whole foot over that ball. Relax. Then the ball goes to your upper arch. It's not the knuckles of your toes yet, just on the top of the arch. Try to lengthen your toes and stretch them away. And then just the knuckles of your toes, the ball of the foot, your toes can wrap around that ball. And then roll your foot from the ball of the foot to your heel, slightly on the inside, slightly on the outside. This is my favorite exercise. So if you like it as well, keep the ball somewhere handy, and you don't have to spend much time there. Just a couple rolls every day will go a long way. And then shimmy sideways, right, left. Apply pressure wherever it feels like it needs a little bit more attention, a little bit more release. And then come back to the place where it felt the least comfortable. Do a little bit more pressure there. And release, and then stand on both feet, and they should feel so much happier. Lay down on the mat with your feet hip distance apart, and then rest the hands on the side of your body. Open up your chest and try to reach with the back of your shoulders with your triceps down towards the mat. Imagine that you're squeezing your lemon underneath your chin so the neck stays nice and long, and your feet will be around a shoe distance away from your bum. From here, bring your right leg to tabletop position. So we're going to start with the bumless with the left leg. Relax your shoulders, keep pressing your hands down towards the mat, and then squeeze your left glute to lift your hips all the way up, and then lower down. Squeeze that left glute to lift your bum up, and then lower the bum down. And then 3 to lift up, and lower down. 4, squeeze your bum to lift, and release. Let's do one more time. And then release. Now straighten that right leg up towards the ceiling, and let's go for 10. We'll kick up for 10. And 9. Keep reaching with that foot all the way up towards the ceiling. 7. And 6. Deep exhalation, 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Squeeze your left butt cheek, 1. And then slowly release. Bend your knee, lower the foot down towards the mat. Let's switch sides. Bring your left leg to tabletop position. Keep your pelvis nice and heavy. Then squeeze that right glute to lift your bum all the way up and then lower down. Squeeze that right butt cheek to lift up and then lower. Last 3 and lower. Last 2 and lower. One more, lower down, then straighten that left leg up towards the ceiling. And it's like you want to touch the ceiling 10 times. Exhale, 9 and 8. Squeeze your bum for 7 and 6, 5. Powerful exhalation 4, 3. Squeeze that right butt cheek 2, 1. And release. Bend your knee. Lower the foot down. Good job. Grab a hand towel. Fold it in half lengthwise. And then fold it half again. And then from the lengthwise, just fold it so it's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit higher up. And then bring your hands on your pelvis. And now I want you to walk your fingers and find those bony parts of the pelvis and see how high it goes. So that's where our pelvis finishes, and that's where we want to bring the towel, just above that bone. So lay yourself down on the mat, bring your bum at one end of the mat, bring your knees forward so the knees will stay in one line with your hips, and bring that towel just above that hip bone. Then straighten your lower arm underneath you. You could use a pillow to support your head if that's more comfortable. And now make your knees even. So make sure that one knee is not longer than the other. And then I want you to take a moment to lengthen your spine. The top hand will go just behind your pelvis. Imagine that your spine is like a Dynaband and you could just stretch it along the mat. Now lift your top leg as high as your hip. The angle underneath your knee will stay the same. And imagine that you have a paintbrush on your knee. And we'll just want to draw circles with that knee up and around. And let's go just for 5. And then 4 more. Try to find a range that you can go to your maximum in all around, but your pelvis doesn't shift forward or back. 3, twice more. So you might notice that you have to use your abs to help you to stabilize. Last one. And then reverse your circles the other way around. Go back, up and around for 5. And then 4. And 3. Find a big range in your side, your hip. 2 more. And 1, up and around, and reverse them again. Go for 5. So instead of doing 10 repetitions in one go, we're going for 5 and then 5. Hopefully you can feel a little bit heat on the side of the hip. And then 2 more. Powerful exhalation. 1 more. And then reverse them. We want to find a tempo that it feels good with the breath. So we can take deep inhalation and then deep exhalation. 3. Good. Twice more only. I hope it feels as good as mine do. And then release. Great job. Let's switch sides. Bring that towel just above that hip on the other side. Straighten your lower arm, or you can use a pillow underneath. And bring your knees ideally in front of your hips. So in that way, we're already stretching the glute. And then make your knees even. So that top knee is as long as the lower knee. Top hand goes behind your pelvis. And try to lengthen your spine like a band. Use your core to help you stabilize. Lift that top leg as high as your hip. And you have that paintbrush on the top of the knee. Bring the knee forward, up and around. And then 4 more. Nice and steady speed. And if this feels super easy, you could use a band and you could put a band around your thighs to make it a little bit harder. And then 2 more. 1 more. And then reverse them the other way around. We're going only for 5. Make sure that your lower leg is not moving up and down. It stays nice and still. You could keep your ankle flexed. And 1 more, and we'll reverse it again. And we'll go for 5. We start each circle with the inhalation, and we finish with the exhalation. And we'll go for 3 more. Last 2, up and around. 1 more. And then reverse them. It's nice to feel how mindful movement, how big of a difference it makes. So if we do those exercises nice and steady, with control, with focusing on what we're actually doing and where the body is in the space, you'll feel those muscles activating so much quicker. And after 5, just release. Great work.